When I brought my Hammerhead 2, there was a refer a friend bonus up happening. So I think what they said is you got a free, I think it's like a coloured mount you can put on top of here. But personally for me, I have a white bike, so I thought, hey, this is going to look really cool, make it stand out a bit. And I've kind of wondered, do people ever get their bike computers confused with someone else's? Me and my brother used to have Wahoos, the exact same one. So I took a Sharpie and I just crossed out one of the O's, so I had a Wahoo instead. So that was one way we could tell whose was whose. But I just ever wondered if that is that the sort of problem people have. But I also want to talk about this because I read the comments on the video where they show you how to install this. And I can't believe this is £39, which seems like a hell of a lot of money for just a bit of coloured plastic. So someone made a good point of, could you just take this off and spray paint it? I know it won't have the cool word here, Hammerhead, on the front, but for £39, this seems a bit pricey. But let's go ahead and install it. I mean, for me, I got it for free, sort of. So what happened in my case is I purchased it and there was a promo offer happening at the time. And they said, hey, if you buy this and you subscribe to our newsletter, what we'll do is add this to your cart and free of charge, well, effectively, yeah, free of charge, you can have this. So I went ahead, ordered, and I noticed it hadn't subtracted it. So I contacted customer service and they refunded me for this. So yeah, effectively, this is free at the time I'm recording this. And hopefully by the time it's uploaded, I think that promo is still happening if you subscribe to their newsletter. So yeah, if you did want a different colour, that's one option. I think it was really nice as well. It's included, that to me looks like a Torx wrench. So yeah, we have a tiny lot of screws down here. Cool, those are screwed in pretty well. What is nice, I'm not sure if you saw in there as well, they've included two more. And plus the fact they send out the unit itself with this new replaceable USB-C charger port. It's a nice touch, I have to admit. Especially coming from like sort of IT engineer background where, especially taking apart computers and stuff, it's just like a nightmare when you end up like those extra screws at the end. You're like, what and where did these go? And to be honest, it's pretty cool to see on the inside as well. It looked like, I thought it was like some sort of liquid ingress there, but no, it doesn't seem to be. So you're watching me here fumble around. It seems relatively straightforward. Again, I'm not too worried. If I snap this, at least I've got a spare. Man, I'm glad I'm not doing this live. Come on. Ah, there we go. So that's the old one. Let's put a new one on. I can see there's like a couple of clasps down here, so I'm just gonna make sure I get those in. I'm sure there's some engineers watching this right now going, what is this guy doing? Like, that's not how you do it. See, I thought we were actually going to mount this like in the factory or something. Like, you'd get, like, this one would be in the box. But no, that doesn't appear to be the case. You've got to do it yourself, which I'm not complaining. I mean, this seems, this side here, having a couple of issues getting it in. I haven't played around with it or anything, so I'm hoping I haven't just mullered it up. Ah, there we go. It looks like that clasp at the top. Get the right words out. Yeah, that seems to be clamping in now. Perfect. So yeah, it was just that bit up here. Hadn't quite pushed it all the way in. First impressions though. Man, that looks really cool. I have to be honest. I have a bit of a, I call it the Stormtrooper theme. I have a Trek Edmonda that's white with Trek in black. And I call it the Stormtrooper. And I have to admit, this just kind of, this completes the look. I really like it. So let's get this bad boy back on. Make sure we do it the right way. Just going to push that in. I wonder, is this magnetic? No. I'd say it's be a bit much to ask, but no, it's pretty cool. I'm not sure quite how tight to do this. On the one hand, I don't want to like thread it. On the other hand, I don't want it super loose, but water can get in there. So I'm just going to do it just so it's kind of like snug for now. So as soon as it starts biting, just stopping there, I'm going to come back, tighten up this one, and do this. Yeah, that's tight enough. I'm not going to try and overdo that. You've seen how quick it is, even with me fumbling around, but I have to admit, that is really, really cool. This is definitely going to be one way to stand out. And again, if you've got multiple Wahoo units and the promo's still on, I'd say it's worth it. What I'll do as well is I'll see with the Refer a Friend as well, which offers this. I'll put a link in the description as well. So if you want to get your hands on one of these, or you're thinking of buying a Hammerhead, get yourself one of these cases for free. I think they've got 5 different color options as well. There's like green, red, white, and a couple other colors as well. So yeah, check it out. I think it's really cool. And I look forward to catching you all in the next video. Always the way, I've just finished filming and I'm about to box this up and put it back in its place. But just one thing to note was the texture difference between the two. It hadn't occurred to me because I was so busy messing about with this, putting it together, that I just picked this up and I'm not sure if you can hear it on the camera. I'm going to put this closer to the mic. This is a little bit more coarse versus this one. It's probably really hard to pick up on the mic, but this is slightly more textured. Not in like a rubberized way, but it is just, again, just slightly textured. Personally, between the two, I like the feel of this one. It's smooth, but it's still grippy. Like, it's not, you can see here, it's not shiny, it's not reflective. But again, this one's just a little bit more coarse. So maybe if I was in the rain or something, again, this is like a real edge case. These rubberized buttons here are really nice. Like the fact the unit in your hand feels really good. Hey, that's fantastic. But it's not something I'd lose sleep over. Like, it's just, this one just feels like marginally grippier, but it still feels really nice. Personally, I like the texture and the feeling of this one over this one. Again, I'm a little bit biased here. I like the color, but to be honest, it feels really nice and smooth. Whereas this one just feels a little bit more plasticky, like it's slightly more textured. Let's wrap it up there. I'll catch you in the next video.